But the whole idea of having a big house is to live well. I believe in living life king size, and I think I have earned it. I worked hard for it, and I've reached a position where I can afford it. And I want to be happy staying in a house, which hopefully is my last stop because I started with 800 square feet in Mahakali, and I'm happy that I made it on the sheer dint of my merit. And I strongly believe in the adage that the harder you work, the luckier that you get. And I think I have worked hard enough, and I assume that I have become luckier. And so it's going to be my dream house, something that I had dreamt always as a small town boy in Patna, that I will own this big house in Bombay. I'll make a name for myself. So I think it's not about acquiring a big house. It's a it's having something that you are happy with, um, and it's a great moment of satisfaction for me that I have earned it. That feeling of respectability has to be there. That I made it on my own, and all that I have created is I have created it through television, not even as a movie star. That movie star have like I've seen the dumps, but I have seen the highs on television, and I want to tell people with whatever I have acquired in life, that everything is possible in life if you believe in yourself. And if you will it, it can happen. It will happen. There is no way it cannot. And but as I said, my final aspiration and my dreams remain unfulfilled. Um, I think dreams never die, and our dreams never get fulfilled. I think by the time you have realized one dream, there is another set of dreams waiting for you, and that's what I'm digressing a little, but that's what my album is all about. That the album that I've just written and sung called Kuch Khwab Aise. These are some of my dreams, where I say that life is nothing but uh, um, a barrage and a repertoire of dreams. And you go on dreaming because life itself is a big dream, and we are part of these smaller dreams which make up the final dream. When the eyes open, maybe you're not there in this world. So we go on dreaming, and there's some dreams you dream because you know they were never going to come true, and that's why you dream it. Because if the dreams they come true, probably they will not stay dreams. So you have to be an eternal dreamer, and I have been an eternal dreamer. I have been through the greatest highs and the greatest lows in my life, and that's the fun of life. Life cannot be enjoyed on a straight line. It's always the ups and downs. It's like riding a wave. It's like going through a roller coaster, which you enjoy. It's always on a straight road when you're driving, even with the best vehicle, you go off to sleep. Because a straight road that sets off a monotony. It's always the vicissitudes of life that keeps you perky and bouncy and
The next dream is film
ever a fight. No, that dream.
Going back to the eternal dream.
Yeah, that was the beginning of my dream. That's what I came for, and that's my dream started with Utsav, um, with a movie that I did with Rekha and Girish Karnad and Shashi Kapoor being the producer. That was my big dream. The dreams were the 30 odd films which I did, coupled with a lot of nightmares because a lot of movies didn't do well, and and they didn't do well primarily because I chose the wrong movie, I chose the wrong directors, I chose the wrong script, and I wasn't good enough. There were a lot of shortcomings as an actor, which I realized. And that's why I reiterate the fact that I'm happy that television happened to me. Um, and I learned so much about myself and my latent talent that probably I wouldn't have been able to realize all those and fulfill it if I was elsewhere. So it's going to be, again, another dream unfolding. Uh, the dream that was left halfway through, left unfulfilled. And when I talk about dreams being fulfilled, I don't talk in relation to success or success ratio. I could work in a movie. It may not succeed, but I would have the satisfaction of working the kind of movies I always wanted to work in. So now, I don't think that just working in movies is a big deal. I think working in the right movie is a big deal. A lot of people work in good, bad, indifferent films, but the ones who are remembered who probably worked in a good serial and television. So your good work is very important. I think I have done fairly good work, not all though, on television, and I think I have pioneered a few genres on television, and I'm happy about it. But I would not let that genre overtake the actor in me. See, it's time that I have come that people would realize that I've been anchoring a few shows, and before I I get overlapped by the enormity of that genre. I think it's time to move on. It's the great thing in life is the moment you are accepted in one thing. I think it's time to move on to a new thing and a newer challenge, a newer horizon. Because it's very easy to kind of go on in the same league because you are accepted in that. That's luxury, and I don't like luxury. In the sense that I would not be very comfortable doing what I am very good with. I would like to try something that I think I may not be good with it, and at the end of the day, I will tell myself, look, I think I was good with it, or good at it, and I'll tell the world, look, I took on this new challenge, and I made a success of it. So movie's going to be the big thing for me. The album, of course. I'm going to do a lot of stage also. That's primarily my passion, and I have my own theatre company called Silver Theatre Academy, and I have done. I've already done a play, and I've done about 60, 70 shows all over India. Now I'm taking on another play, and I'm working on that. Album is just about to be released. I'm just shooting the video in about 15 days. The movie is all set to happen in Feb. It'll finish in 15 days flat, 20 days. As a matter of fact, I'm just on my way to speak
You and
to June.
Juhi Chawla.
If she says yes, definitely. I mean, she has to like the script, and but Juhi and I we worked in a very forgettable movie called Jaan Pe Khel Ke, where the producer was a milkman, and every time his cows would be benevolent enough to give enough milk, he will come and shoot for about a few days. But the cows would say no, the shooting would stop. So Juhi and I had this great time working in this movie where we were all dependent on the cows, so on his cows. So anyway, the movie got complete and it was released. A very bad, forgettable film, and Juhi and I had a wonderful time trying to realize that we were caught up in a bad film. And it's time to redeem ourselves and work in a good film. Because, as I said, it's important to work in a good film. Now, Juhi and I were also supposed to work in a Prakash Jha film, which didn't happen because Prakash has been busy and he's been working on other scripts. So now we got this script, and we all unanimously thought that Juhi was just the apt choice for that. There were a couple of names also thrown in, like Tabu and other people, but a lot of people felt that probably Juhi suited the role more. So hopefully this is going to be a wonderful film, a nice film.
So it's a one male and one female.
That's it. That's it. It's a story of one night that happened. So it's going to be a very different kind of a film. It happens at one place. It's a story of a wannabe actress who meets an ad executive, and eventually they fall in love overnight. And they have their own backstories. They have their own little stories in their life. But by morning, they are married to each other. So it's a very wonderful story. The script has turned out to be very exciting. I am working with a director called Raman Bhargav. Now correct me, Raman, if I've got your surname wrong, but I think his surname is Bhargav. And he's an excellent director. And the second movie is also on the anvil, and that's going to be with a huge producer. So, well, I hope that one good thing would lead on to another.